Just checking before we go live here. And it's SK Twins TV, and we're back. Where we're going to talk about UFC Fight Night Chile and Kamaru Usman versus Damian Maia in the main event of the card. And it's a real tough fight. Real tough fight for both guys. Very interesting fight, and let's just get right into it. Damian Maia's been around for years and years. He's fought for the title in different weight divisions. Back in the day, he's got that loss to Anderson Silva in Dubai, which was not a great fight, to be honest. He showed a lot over the years in terms of improving his striking, which he showed in his last couple of fights, even though he didn't win. However, he still showed that he's been improving his footwork, he's improving his striking ability, because for a long time he's just been known for his grappling, but now he's managed to get to a point where he's really mixing it together well. Against Woodley, he showed that. He also showed that against Covington. But see, to be honest, I think he's at a point of his career now where he's at that gatekeeper role, because he's really getting on in age, and especially against a younger guy who can play his exact game plan against him, who's younger, hungrier, more athletic, just more layers to his game. It'll be interesting to see. But Maia does have that trump card that he can always bring out, so let's not forget about that. Then Kamaru Usman, he's not been beaten for a long time. He's only lost once in his career. He came through the Ultimate Fighter setup, and this guy is really special. You would never think he is actually. Just want to get those gloves in the shot. You would never think he was not a striker for most of his career, because he's obviously trained wrestling for a long time. In America, very successful in what he does. Fantastic. However, the way he's managed to build his striking up to the point where he's known for actually having some good hands now, and really been able to really be able to exploit people on their feet. People think that maybe he hasn't got much, but he actually does. He does have plenty in the tank, which he showed. He had a knockout win not long ago, and Damian Maia's going to have to really be careful on his feet. Usman's activity on his feet, and just it's going to be interesting. I think Damian Maia's going to be shooting, and I think he's going to be getting stuffed, because I think Usman's wrestling is stronger. I feel it's going to be a similar fight to when Maia fought Covington. I just think the younger guys who are coming through now in that division will be too much for a guy like Maia, because sorry, just checking if the mic's okay, because I feel he's at that passing of the guard sort of age, and a guy like Usman, who is on a roll, really dominating everybody he fights, just whether he needs to wrestle them, whether he needs to mix it up. He's had some close fights as well, especially against Emil Meek quite recently as well. That was it went to this decision. He won the decision, but Emil Meek's a really tough guy, and he's underrated, I feel. But Usman, he dominates, and the fact that he's improved in his striking so much, I think we're going to see that tonight. I think he's going to be dominating Maia on the feet, and I think he's going to take him down at will. I think he will dominate and win by decision. I think it's going to be a 5-round domination from Kamaru Usman, and I feel Damian Maia will have his moments in the fight. I feel that he will have opportunities to use his jiu-jitsu on the ground, and really, especially when he's going to be off his back. I think try and get the sweeps and try and get on top, because that's his ticket to winning this fight, is that jiu-jitsu where he just, that slow pressure grinding style of jiu-jitsu, and just slowly suffocating your opponent and trying to get that choke that he does really well, which he done against Condit and many other people. He managed to get that position against Masvidal. He didn't finish him, but he got him into that position, got the back, controlled him for a lot of that fight, and won quite comfortably. And that's something that Maia can do, and that's something that Usman's going to really need to be careful of, and really need to mind his P's and Q's about. Because if he doesn't, he'll get rear naked choked quite easily, I feel. Maia's got that ability. But can Maia get Usman in that position to be able to do that? We'll have to see. We'll have to wait, and we'll have to watch the fight and see for ourselves. I feel it will be a good main event. I think it's a good fight the UFC has put together. The matchmakers have put together a good fight. But I think it's Usman's fight, and if there's anyone online, message who you think wins and why. But I honestly think Usman is on the trajectory to fight for a title now. I think he's ready. I think he'll be, after this fight, he'll be gunning for a title shot, and well deserved, because he's won pretty much every fight in his whole career. Anyone in the UFC, he's on one of the longest winning streaks since winning the Ultimate Fighter. So, I mean, sorry, I'm not actually sure if he won the Ultimate Fighter, so I don't want to just say that. But he was on the Ultimate Fighter, and he's unbeaten in the UFC. So that just goes to show you that he's an absolute animal. And at welterweight, there's not many guys who are signing up to fight Usman. At the end of the day, he's been put in this fight because nobody wants to fight him. None of the guys at welterweight want to fight Kamaru Usman. He's a guy they all want to avoid. Covington also is avoiding Usman at all costs. So kudos to Damian Maia for actually taking the bout. And it should be a good fight. They both have similar styles. Usman's got a little bit more on the table in terms of his striking and movement. And I just think he can mix up a bit better. His shots are going to be strong. I think he's going to be able to catch Maia. He's going to be able to take him down. He's going to be able to control him. Maybe we might see a late finish from Usman, ground and pound. I can maybe see. I can see him catching Maia on his feet as well. I see him being able to drop Maia, because I think he's got the power and he's developed it now. He's really worked on it over time. So if you watch Usman fighting, you'd think he's been striking his whole career. But he's not. No, he's not. He's just worked on it a lot. So he's a guy who's always learning, always developing, and just a lot younger. So I think he will dominate the fight. UFC Chile, it's a not bad card, but that's obviously the stand-up fight, and that's the fight I'm going to focus on tonight, talking about. And yeah, that's my pre-fight analysis of the main event, Kamaru Usman versus Damian Maia, and I will be back with a live commentary of the fight when it's on, and I'm actually going to do whatever fights are remaining in the prelims and try and do the main card, and definitely catch the main event. And yeah, and that's all for now. And this is SK Twins TV, and I'll catch you in a little while, and I'll post another video. Thank you very much. Peace.